Okay, so now that you've done that process, what you'll find is that actually, because it's pushing the volume really loud, you can actually see down here on our stereo output, which is our final volume meter, we're at 6. We're at 6 decibels. So we're quite loud at the moment. So what I'm going to do, I've actually also moved everything together, so it's a bit easier to master. I'm going to highlight everything. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually bring the level down. So here we go. We're going to bring the level down. 6 decibels. To make sure everything's doing it together. So, so now you can see that our meter is now gone down. So now we're at negative 1.5. So we're quite hot. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to get Mr. Brightside. I'm going to look for Mr. Brightside. And I'm going to drag it in, the full track. There we go. Yep, that's the one. I'm going to drag that in the bottom. And now let's say I've finished with all my parts. I can actually get rid of them. So I can get rid of the Mr. Brightside stems, just for now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute Mr. Brightside and get my multimeter going. And then I'm going to get my multimeter at the bottom of here, of the stereo output. So you can now see that's us on the left, there's Mr. Brightside on the right. I'm going to play that part of the track. So Mr. Brightside's peak is, you can see, is actually 0.3, 0.2, but the RMS is really strong, whereas we've got one that's 0.3. So we've got a couple of things that we need to do first of all. So what I'm going to do first of all is, I mean, if we have a listen to Mr. Brightside as well. Like the intensity versus our intensity. Not as intense, but I want that intensity. So one of the first things I'm going to do, the process again, start with the compressor. I don't want to put too much compressor on it. However, I'm going to start with the vintage. I love the vintage one. It's a really, the vintage ones sound really good. I'm going to put distortion on. Oh, just instantly, there's just like a bit of power. There we go, just playing it again from the top. I don't want too much compressor on it, just to bring the level down. But yeah, the intensity is much better, much better. Here we go, EQ. So we're going to get our match EQ again. So this is where it gets interesting, because now, if I get rid of these, you can see that we've got the match EQ on the final stereo, and then we've also got it then on Mr. Brightside. So that's where our comparison is. So there's Mr. Brightside, which is, you can see it's a bit smaller, it's muted, and then there's stereo out. So we're going to click current. Put it towards the middle because there's all the instruments are in. I feel like we're there. So now what I'm going to do is do the same for Mr. Brightside. I'm going to move the match EQ to Mr. Brightside there. And I'm going to get my reference. Make sure it's towards the end, yeah. So now I'm going to copy the EQ of the master. So it's just doing its thing. With that, so now I'm going to press X again, Move the plugin out of the way. I'm going to make it smaller, you know. I'm going to make it 75. There we go, cool. I'm now going to move the Mr. Brightside. For some reason, there's a glitch. For some reason, it's called a Space Designer, which I don't really know why. Don't really know why Space Designer has been put on there. So I'm going to try that again because I think it's not worked properly. There we go, cool. So now that's Match EQ. Again, it gets hot, this laptop, and it starts glitching. So now I can try the reference again. Oh yeah, so much better. So you can see now the EQ curve is much bigger. Yeah, much bigger. See the intensity of the music getting bigger. I'm happy with that. I'm going to move the Match EQ back to our channel. There we go. And then I'm going to click EQ Curve Match. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put smoothing on 0. And I'm going to put it down to then 40. So using your reference track, you can hear now instantly. Oh, it's brighter. Really happy with that. That sounds great. And again, this is why I don't put it on like beyond 40, because I feel like if you go beyond 40, it starts to do things that you don't want it to do, which is really important. We don't want that. So there's my stereo out. Yeah, sounds good. So, Match EQ. There we go, put it back. There you go, that's it. Cool. Sorry. Oh yeah, sorry. There we go. That's it. Beyond, check this out. Ugh. But it's much brighter. I'm really enjoying the sound of that. And finally, we got our limiter. We've got our adaptive limiter. And then what we do is we get our multimeters at the ready. Multimeter for Mr. Brightside. And we to the end. So not one three. RMS, we're one away. So we're going to go. And that is how to cheat mastering, basically. Yeah, and I'm really happy with the result. Again, it's loud track versus loud track. So if you master to something that you go, let's say you're doing rap or you're doing hip hop, you're doing, say, jazz, or you're doing, I don't know, R&B or future funk. It works. So you find your reference track that's the most similar to your track, and you want to make it sound like that, and then you do all this process. If you find that it's not done that, you want to kind of compare instruments. You want to do that on a smaller level. So have I got the right samples that sound similar, right guitar sounds, right keyboard sounds, and that makes a big difference. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you got a lot from me doing that. A little bit of troubleshooting here as well. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. And yeah, give it a try. So it's very simple. You take your compressor, to kind of squash the sound and bring the sound to a certain level. You use the match EQ to copy the stems and also the mastering channel, and then use your add limiter to bring the volume up to get it to a certain peak. Love you guys. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you soon.